What's up guys, welcome to the video. Match reaction video where Liverpool have just lost 3-1 at the King Power to Leicester, where Liverpool played a reasonable 45 minutes of football, forgetting that a game is actually 90 minutes of football. Wow. What do you say to that performance? Shocked, very shocked, and to be honest with you, I don't think that there's probably one Liverpool fan out there right now who isn't shocked with the performance that we saw in the first half. Definitely. 16, bear in mind, 16 days off this team's had at camp in Spain, and by the looks of it, they was on the lash for a good majority of it, is all I can say. There must have been. What the hell was that in the first half? What was it? Because all I saw was slow, laboured, second to every ball, basically looking like they didn't give a damn. There was no urgency, no press. I stated in my first video, my match prediction video, that if Liverpool show up like they did against Spurs, Leicester wouldn't be able to live with us. Reverse that. Because with Ranieri leaving, I knew they'd come out with intensity. I knew that they'd have a go because they'd have a point to prove. I think I stated that. So that were reversed. Because Leicester played like Liverpool did against Spurs. They went for us, they didn't give us any time on the ball, and Liverpool just let them do it. Liverpool let Leicester run the show for a majority of the first half. The defending was just absolutely atrocious, absolutely atrocious. It was just shocking to see, shocking. I stated to a few people, I mentioned a few different things to do with having midfielders in defence. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, one issue that I do have is the fact of we've gone and loaned out a second best centre half to Palace in the January window. I know a lot of things have gone on, and I know there's different things flying around about Sacco, right? So we've loaned him out. So we're playing Lucas in defence. Now, he's not that great at CDM, but I mean, he's not to blame for everything that happened in that game. Matip was appalling, absolutely shocking. My issue comes down to the fact of a team like Liverpool fighting for top four and Champions League football. We're using midfielders in defence regular with injuries. It's like, again, with Henderson being out, we brought Channing, who didn't do overly a bad job today. I have to say he was better today than he's been most games, which says a lot considering how bad we was. I mean, Mignolet was his best performer, in my opinion. He played from minute 1 to the 90th minute, whereas the rest of the team decided to show up around the 45th minute. From the 45th onwards for the second half, they decided, oh, up here, we've had a bit of a rollicking off Klopp. We've gone down quite a few goals. We need to do something about it. I mean, these players are paid thousands of pounds a week. They have a nice break to recuperate, to work on training, and we get that. I mean, Leicester performed really well. Take nothing away from Leicester, because that was a brilliant performance from Leicester. Absolutely outstanding. They deserved the win, and they deserved everything that they got in that game. A lot of people will question why they didn't do it for Ranieri, but that's another thing altogether. But in terms of Liverpool, from the first minute, it was just absolutely shocking. I mean, I'm fuming because I'm getting to a point now where, I mean, there's a lot of fans out there and they'll start with the FSG out crap and the fact that we do need to buy quality players, or better quality players. We do. I'm not saying we don't. More quality does need to come into that squad. However, that squad is capable of winning a football game. Plain and simple. The starting 11 has had to be tweaked because of injuries. But regardless of that, that was relegation performance in the first 45 minutes. That was an absolutely appalling, shocking, woeful performance in the first 45 minutes. I was sat there and I actually expected from the first whistle, I thought, right, this is going to be it. Liverpool are going to come out of the blocks flying. They're going to go for it like they did against Spurs. Nothing. And that's with rest. Nothing. No intensity. Where is the consistency of this team? You go on a run like you've just had in the start of the year, right? And then you come out against Spurs and boom, you bang a couple of goals in, you perform absolutely brilliantly, have a 16-day rest and boom, back to being shit again. How does that work? How does that work? I mean, Leicester wanted it, right? Because they needed them 3 points. But so do Liverpool, right? Top 4 now is looking very, very slim. If we want a Champions League, that was it right there. Them 3 points was vital. Now we go against Arsenal, which is never going to be an easy game. But it's a Liverpool thing to do. Drop points against Leicester and then go against Arsenal, and we could end up winning that game. Because that's just what Liverpool do. Up and down, up and down. Year in, year out, year in, year out. The same old bullshit. And it's getting to a point where even, I mean, Klopp's not brought anyone in January. Fully understand that, but the fact that he's loaned Sacco out in January and we haven't done some sort of business in terms of centre half. I mean, I can't get my head around the fact of Klopp brought Klavan in and he's choosing Lucas over Klavan. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, Klavan's not been great, I have to admit. He has made a few howlers. Not going to say he hasn't, because he has made a few howlers, and that probably wouldn't have made a difference to the whole setup, even if we had a player alongside Matip, because Matip today was woeful. The whole squad was woeful. Mignolet was the only player in that squad that played from minute 1 to minute 90. The rest of them didn't show up well half time. And I can't get my head around how it's possible for that to happen. I just can't, it just doesn't sink in here to me how players can go from the Spurs game to this. I mean, a 16-day break, you could say that you become a little bit rusty from 16 days. I heard the commentator say, well, they have to get back into the swing of things. Well, they've had a rest, and surely they've been training. All right, it's not the same intensity. Leicester came out of the blocks flying, and it probably, I'd say it shocked Liverpool, but it shouldn't have done. Everyone was expecting them. They needed a reaction. But Liverpool also needed to counter that reaction with a reaction. We needed them points just as much as Leicester today. And that's the point which seems to be getting missed from everyone in Liverpool. We needed, in Liverpool Football Club, we needed them 3 points. Top 4 now looks as good as gone. Because I'm not being funny, but Manchester United have got a game in hand and they look to be on a good roll. And considering where we was at the beginning, end of last year, beginning of the season, in terms of the gap to what's happened, it's just it's woeful. The inconsistency is the same thing over and over and over again, which will constantly be a monkey on Liverpool's back. I mean, the fact that we're shipping 50 goals a season into his own net again, it's constant. It's the same old crap. We're playing 2 midfielders in defence. Millie, don't get me wrong, the majority of the season he's been brilliant, but he's not a left back. He's really not a left back. Then you've got Lucas, who's having to play there because we've sold Sacco. He obviously doesn't rate Klavan, and Lovren's injured. It just doesn't make sense how a top quality club's running like this in terms of not having that backup. It boggles the mind. Then at half time, Klopp seemed to go to 3 at back. But again, we still ended up with 2 midfielders in because we're lacking in areas. There's more depth in a puddle than what we've got in our squad. It's crazy. You look at the bench and you're just thinking, what are you going to do? I mean, we brought Woodburn on. And you're 3-1 down and you bring in Woodburn on. And that's because Klopp doesn't have a choice, because that's all we have available. It brought Origi on. Woodburn was the only... because Sturridge has got this virus, which is lasting forever. So it's just... what do you say? What do you say? I just... it's crazy. Absolute crazy. And I don't understand how... it's the same. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm sat here shocked. Why am I shocked? Why am I shocked? Why am I shocked? This has been going on for 2017. We've had 1 good performance in 2017 and I'm sat here shocked. What does that say about me? It's just... it boggles the mind. It does. Football is... I love it, but by God, sometimes I hate it. It's crazy. Really, really, really crazy. I'm going to leave it there because I'm smiling and I'm fuming. There we go. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more of this ranting crap, which tends to come out of my mouth very often. I really do appreciate every single one of you that do watch my videos and do subscribe to me. Yeah, so thanks a lot, guys. Take care.